Thank you, Dave. 2 degrees right now at the airport. Good morning, everyone. Calgary Councillor Jim Stevenson couldn't be happier today with a proposed new law in our province that would give cities, towns the authority to set up their own rules when it comes to playground zones. Right now, municipalities can set the hours for school zones. The new law will give cities and towns the same power for the playground areas. Stevenson hopes it will lead to harmonized zones for playgrounds and schools within Calgary. Transportation Minister Rick McIver says this is something municipalities have been asking for.
If the legislation meets the approval of the legislature, their new rules will go in place for next school year. This will give municipalities the necessary time to consider the changes to the playground zones, consult parents, consult students, and make plans so that we can all be ready for the next school year.
One of the things that we have been pushing the provincial government to do is to give us the right to harmonize school and playground zones so we have the same times, right? Because for school zones, they start at 7:30, playgrounds start at 8:30.
Right now, a speed limit of 30 kilometers per hour is in effect every day in playground zones from 8:30 until 1 hour after sunset. Meantime, the Speaker of the Alberta Legislature may rule today on whether the Redford government broke parliamentary rules by prematurely releasing details on its new transportation law. On Monday, Premier Alison Redford outlining her government's priorities for the fall sitting during an address to the Edmonton Chamber of Commerce. Details of the transportation bill were released yesterday by Rick McIver, but the opposition raising objections about that. They say details of bills must first be raised in the ledge and that Redford is not showing respect for the process. Crews in Calgary are working to shore up our city's rivers after about 100 river banks were eaten away literally by the fast-moving water during the flooding in June of this year. 6 river banks in particular are still considered to be in critical condition. If those banks are not fixed and if rivers flood again this spring, engineers think the water could damage key infrastructure. Of the 6 areas in dire need of repair, work is already underway at 8th Ave and 22nd Street Southeast. That's in Inglewood. Work will begin in the next couple of weeks at Memorial Drive and 3rd Street Northwest as well. There is so much shoring to be done. Crews will be working right through the winter.
The intent of riverbank protection work is to prevent further erosion and to protect critical infrastructure, not necessarily to reinstate land lost to erosion. So the restored riverbanks may not look the same as they did before the flood.
The city hopes to have all of the critical shorelines in Calgary built back up before the upcoming flood season. In business news, Alberta is looking at legislation now to create an environmental monitoring agency for the Alberta oil sands. Environment Minister Diana McQueen says the new agency will report to the public and the government at the same time. They hope to have it up and running, by the way, by early in the new year. Questions still remain, though, over how the agency will be funded and how Aboriginal groups will be involved.